Hello students, welcome back with me Miss Dewey with CST Online Learning. How are you everyone? I hope that you are doing great. The skill that we improve today is reading, and we would like to discuss about languages of the world. Before you go into the reading, I would like to introduce you several vocabularies that will help you to understand about the reading context. So, check it out. Our first vocabulary is disappeared, means it has gone. For the example, we can use this illustration. We don't use that kind of symbols for our current languages, right? So that kind of languages or sign has been disappeared, gone at all. In Indonesia, we do know that we have hundreds of traditional languages, but some of them have disappeared. For the example, Kajali, Piru, Moksela, and etc. They were in Maluku and Papua, while international languages that have gone were Latin and ancient Greek. Next is altogether or completely. To illustrate about this word, for the example, how many percent of world population who speaks Mandarin? In China, we have 10%. In Singapore, we have 1%. In Malaysia, we have 0.5%. And in other countries, we have 3.5%. Altogether, or if we add from China, Singapore, Malaysia, and other countries, they become 15%. Altogether, secara keseluruhan, there are 15% of world population who speak Mandarin. Oh my god, look at that picture. How many people are there? I can't imagine myself if I was there. I think I would have breathing problem. Alright. This word, just to illustrate population, means number of inhabitants. If it is only 1%, we can't say population. It should be more than just one. Usually, in our population, we use the same language to share or to communicate to each other. So, in that population, that certain of language will survive. The next diction is international. Alright, if it is international, means it is global, not only in one place, but more than just one place around the world. And in that list, I would like to introduce top 5 languages that are spoken in the world. The top one is, of course, Mandarin Chinese. For number 5, we have Arabic. If we want to make our Bahasa Indonesia become an international language, we should have more number of people who speak our Bahasa Indonesia. Probably you can help them to advocate or to campaign, especially us Indonesian people, to speak Bahasa Indonesia. And then after this, one of you will say, Miss, we are Indonesian people, so we should speak Bahasa Indonesia, right? We don't need to study English. No, you have to introduce Bahasa Indonesia to other countries, so they will speak Bahasa Indonesia as well. So, you should and keep learning English. The next is continent. Do you think that continent is a small land or big land or big land? Yes, it is super duper big land that has inhabitants. For the example, South America, Africa, Australia, Asia, North America, and Europe. And also we have Antarctic. We have Antarctic, but we can't Antargofood, alright? How continent impacts language? For the example, we are in Asia continent. Most people in Asia speaks Mandarin, and just like Indonesia, Malaysia, Singapore, some of us speak Malay because we are in the close place in the same continent. Because it is easy for us to find people who speak the same languages around us. Can you imagine that we have to travel across the ocean just to speak Malay or to speak Bahasa Indonesia? We have to go to Africa first. Can you imagine the cost to keep our language exist? Thanks God that we don't have to travel around. We can speak Malay to the person next to us. For the example, if we have to travel to Singapore or Malay. Next term is predict. Predict. What does we predict? Past or present? Okay, thank you. None of them. Yes, what we predict is future. Scientists predict that some languages in this world will disappear. We won't use those languages anymore. Probably our grandchildren won't know that we use Bahasa Indonesia right now. Because in the future, they won't speak Bahasa Indonesia. They will speak gugu gagu gamu. Just to say, kamu kenapa? In the futures, our grandchildren might not say saya atau kamu, but they will say gua, gue. Look, where is Miss Dwi's voice? I'm here. Yup, our next vocabulary is century. Century, not century. Not at all. Yes, you may see century in pharmacy or Disney movie. But what I mentioned here is a century, 100 years. So, how long a language will disappear? 100 years? 200 years? Or only 50 years? Probably in the future we won't use bahasa to speak. Probably we just send a code or barcode to speak. Or just to say hi or to say thank you. Who knows? We will see in the future if we are still alive. What is the most dominant language based on this picture? A dominant language means a language that is most used by the people in that place. How about this one? Can you see that? Yes. The most dominant language in South America is Spanish. Communicate means we try to deliver our message until the recipient understands. What we need to communicate is a language. Yes, language is a tool for our communication. How about deaf and mute people communicate? How do you and classmates communicate during a test? Yes, deaf and mute people can still communicate. They may use sign languages, or even you and your best friends, even though you only blink your eyes or you only shake your head, your best friends will understand that you are hungry or you are confused or you are mad. So that's language, a tool for communication. Tribes is a group of people who live in a community. They usually have social, economic, religious, blood ties, and common culture and dialect. And they usually have a leader in their community too. For the example, Badui's people, they dress up almost the same, they have the same blood, they share the same culture and economic and religion. Don't forget, they live in a community. For example, in US, we have Indian, Australia, Aborigine, and New Zealand, we have Maori tribe. Now, some questions for you. What is the tribe of Africa? Is your answer Negro? What is the tribe of Greenland? That one. The one who lives in igloo and usually travel on the ice. Yes, Eskimo. And then, which country that has this tribe? Batak, Dayak, and Java. Oh, alright. It is Australia. You're great about that. Cool. I'm sorry, I was joking. Of course, it is our beloved country, Indonesia. I'm sorry, I was coughing. Relax, I believe it is not corona. I ate something spicy, so I've got throat problem right now. The last two. Inhabitant means the person who lives in a place. You are Jelambar inhabitants because you live in Jelambar. This what coronavirus makes us to be. Yes, we are isolated because we want to save the human race, the entire human race, so we have to get ourselves isolated. Stay home and do rebahan, alright? That's all, guys. 12 vocabularies, 12 new vocabularies for you. I hope that you aren't tired of listening me. Please read these two articles about language in your classbook and workbook. And then after that, please practice using the vocabularies. I wish you a really good luck and don't forget rebahan, take your vitamin C and eat healthy food. I'll see you next time. Bye students!